Behold, today I bring you Cyberpunk 2077. Now, this was a fun game for me because you know I love me some RPGs, and this game was an awesome RPG game. Now, I played this game when it first came out, believe it or not, on PS4. And, whew, buddy, this game was a buggy fucking mess. This game was so fucking buggy that Sony was actually offering refunds. Like, dude, they never offer refunds. But everybody was offering refunds because the game was launched so bad. Like, it had multiple crashes. You couldn't even drive the car without the game, like, stopping and, like, rendering. It was pretty horrible. And would you believe me if I told you that I actually beat the whole game in that buggy ass state? Yes, I did, because I liked the game that much. Everyone didn't. Everyone hated on it, which was totally fair. The game came out in such a garbage, buggy state, and you can't really get mad at that. But I enjoyed the game for what it was, which was a cool dystopian futuristic story, and I always loved that kind of shit. And if you remember, I always like RPG games, so this game was just like mwah. The story, the story, the world, everything about this game was so sick. If you want the quick gist of it, if this game is on sale or if it's on like PS Plus or Game Pass, give it a try. If you played it before and you were like, "Oh, this game is buggy and it sucks," I say give it a try again because the game is fucking tight. I played this game so goddamn much that I pretty much did all the side gigs and all the missions. All that was left to do was the NCPD missions, and the only reasons I didn't do those was because I didn't know how to put them on the map until the very end of the game. So let that tell you how much I enjoyed the game. This game was fucking rad to me. This game was awesome. It was definitely an enjoyable experience, definitely worth the time. And apparently, if you get the DLC, it adds even more content and adds another ending, and it adds so much more stuff. So I didn't even play the DLC, and the DLC apparently makes the game even better, and they were able to do way more with the DLC. Apparently, that's also going to be the last DLC, which kind of makes me kind of sad. Makes me a very sad panda. But what are you gonna do? There's not really much we can do about that. Like hopefully CD Projekt Red makes another DLC, or like they're doing the Miyazaki Elden Ring spec where it's like, no, we don't have any ideas, and boom, Shadow of the Earth Tree. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe something like that. Like that seems to be like the new meta, because you just like when shit gets leaked, if you just deny it, people are like, like it's pretty cool. But like, anyways, I'm sidetracking. This game is awesome. If you, so I've been rambling about for 3 minutes how great it is, but like this is the quick gist of it. Like this game is sick. If you have money to spare, play this game. If you have space on your console and you want to play a fun, like you want to play a fun immersive RPG, I can't not recommend this game enough. Um, so that's basically the intro, just the intro, what I wanted to say of the intro. But let's talk about like the story of the game. So the story of the game is that you play as your own character V, which can be male or female, and you pretty much make him however you like. You can customize his face, you can customize whatever you want. You can make like a goofy looking V or like a serious looking V. They also have like genitalia, so if you want to mess with, you want to give you a guy with a vagina, or if you want to have like a small dong or like a dong that touches the floor. Well, you can't do touch the floor one, but you can have a big dong. And, if you want to do any of that kind of stuff, it's totally possible, and it lets you do it at the character creation. So once you create your V is basically a bounty hunter or like a mercenary, and you have three like. What I also think I like a lot is that you get backstories, which not a lot of RPGs do. Some RPGs like will give you like written stuff, but like this game you can choose what background your V comes from. It's your corporal background, so that means like he's all about corporations. He's in all that deep shit, the cutthroat business. He's all up there. He's like a high, I think he's like a high manager. And he's on this one mission that kind of screws everything up. And there's Nomad, which is like you are like a countryside character, who's doing this, trying to get into Night City. You do like a transport, like you're transporting cargo, and like you're like, oh dude, I got this, and like you try and scan it with a cop, and the cop isn't down for it, so you end up getting caught anyways. And then there's the Street Kid one, which I thought was the weakest of the all the background stories, but surprisingly enough, you get the most like lore of the game from picking the Street Kid character, because your character will like his interaction. So like, I guess this will be more on the gameplay, so I'll save it for there. But like, he'll know about shit, and he'll be able to talk more about the city, which I think is really really cool. It helps the weekend. Also, you get a special you get a special mission with Jackie's mom,
Fun.
which you don't get
What?
in the other two
The
endings.
club
You
with the
get
hottest
only in
contracts
the
in
Street
town.
Kid ending, from what I've seen. You get to go to Jackie's funeral and you're
Wade's not the
invited there, you
word, I
know?
don't think.
So I think that's
He was toying with
I think that's also just adds a bit more uniqueness to each
that.
playthrough. And speaking of uniqueness, I'll get into that in the gameplay. Let's continue on with the story. So the story is your Merc is V. He gets one mission. He gets a big mission to get a chip, and he has to steal this chip from a very big player in the world. And once he like steals the chip, shit goes haywire, and he pretty much has to insert the chip into himself, which
Ought to raise a glass
which
to
it
Scorpion.
would be fine, but he gets killed in the intro. Spoiler alert, and the chip rebuilds him. And yeah, like like no, I'm dead as a chip like does rebuild him, and you have like there's a psyche on the chip, which is a old revolutionary rocker named Johnny Silverhand, who is played by Keanu Reeves, who is fucking awesome. And I wish there was more of him. I wish there was more of the character. But yeah, you pretty much like it's basically like
You're gonna
your
need
V psyche
time
versus
to get
his
some sleep.
psyche, and like you pretty much grow attached to each other based on your choices. You can either become closer as friends and like rock together, or you could like
Okay, it'll be
despise
closer.
each other and be like, I just want to get rid of you and get this shit done. And I did make that spoiler joke a little bit earlier
Everything
because
happens when
it's the
you're young.
beginning of the game, but
Unless you
like
want to nap
it's
too.
so many twists and turns that happen. I think it's gonna be really really cool and really really it
I'll
leads some
just
crazy
lie
stuff.
here
I'll
a
get more
while.
into it in the ending of the video when I get into spoilers, but it just leads to some crazy. You just this is so it's just you and Johnny's adventures through the world of Night City, and it's pretty dope. The
Yeah.
side the and also a big thing about this story
Oh
is the
dear.
side characters. You don't
That means
always
there's
have
some
to
extra
do the
loot.
main story. You can just do you'll see other things on the map. It's called side
Good night,
gigs, which
V.
are the side quests. And those are all like you'll meet some really cool stuff. You'll meet like a vending machine who's like semi like who like a really cool vending machine with a really cool like aware AI. And you'll meet like this guy who like lost his dear friend, but no one takes him seriously because his friend is like a pet or like a turtle. So like, it's like it's really really cool, and some endings are really sad and some endings are really good. It all depends on the choices you make, and like I said, for RPG, that's what it's all about. Gameplay wise, it is so they mix. Oh, so it's like a first person shooter mixed with RPG elements. What do you mean by RPG elements? Well, you have seven different like you have different specs, or I guess so when you create your character in the beginning of the game, you have these you have stats that determine what your playthrough is going to be. There's cool, there's strength, there's endurance, there's reflexes, and that stuff is all about like cool is like how stealthy your character is. Strength, of course, is how strong your character is. Reflexes
What
is
the
all about
hell?
like swordsmanship and it's all about blade attacks. And like you can put, and there's also like tech, which is like all about hacking and doing ROM hacking. Like you pretty much become like a mage when
I've
you do
always
a
been
do a
fond of
hacker build.
trains
It's really
and
really
the
cool,
stations where
and
so many tracks converge.
so when you play like
Junctions.
you can
Yes,
build your
those.
character how you want.
When
So
you
if you
see
want a
them from
strength
above,
V,
you
you put
feel
your points into
Free.
strength and a body,
Like you could set off in
and your
1,000
character will
dreams
just
all
be
at
able to just
once.
roll through everything. Hell, if you have
or
enough points
perhaps
and
more
strength,
simply,
your character can literally just
hopeful.
rip doors open and doesn't give a fuck about any fucking locks. But also, if you want to be a tech guy, you can do all your
Here we
points
are.
in like security, where or like it's like security or cool or tech or something. And where if you put 20 points in there, you can just hack doors open.
What was
But of
that?
course, there are different doors. So some doors you can rip open,
Whoa.
and some doors you
Kind
can
of
hack
funny
open.
story,
So there are
actually.
different choices within
Alt
the
is
game,
Chinese
which also
X.
add to the
You're
replayability of it. And there's
Honest
also this
truth.
slowdown motion
Nobody
called with
moves his neck
scanning.
quite
So when
like
you're
she
in like the
does.
scanning mode,
She's our only way into the
time slows
kosher
down, and
club.
everyone you can highlight people and
Johnny,
you can like
Alt,
hack them, or
keeping
you
it
can
all in the
like
family, I see.
activate objects to
Do
like
you trust her?
explode, or if you're stealth, you can activate objects to distract enemies so they turn around and you just choke
No,
them out while they're like trying
it's
to
not
figure
like I've
out
got any
what the
other
hell's wrong with the
option.
thing.
Just
And
gotta
that just
hope Alt
adds like
isn't
this
hiding
another
anything. Got other
flavor
plans.
of
Why?
another layer of flavor to
Worried?
the gumbo of gameplay
I
that's in
trust
this
you.
game, and
That's all I'll
it's
say.
just so much fun,
By
and it
extension,
feels
I
really
trust
good.
this Alt
And
won't pull
on
any runs out from
PS5,
under us.
it just feels
Things will
so much
work
better than
out.
PS4.
We
Like
got it.
it's just night and day.
Been too
It's
far
actually
for him not to.
it's pretty wild. But that's about it for the gameplay. Oh, one more thing is that it's not just about gunplay. One more thing is that it's not about just gunplay. You can have swords and bats, and you can also upgrade your character to have like gorilla hands, or like if you want to be like a, you can have like the guts like hand cannon, or you can have like mantis claws, which are like these long claws. If you remember prototypes, kind of like prototype, where he has like the hand claws, and you can just
Tell
fuck
us
people up
what's
with that
needed.
shit. That shit's really really cool, and it just like it's just so much fun, and it adds and the gameplay is just
Jesus
it's just
Christ.
nice. It's got a great fun gameplay loop that I think is
Salt, what are you
enjoyable.
on
If
board
you
with this?
like, if
V,
I say give
son
it
of
a try, it's got just a fun gameplay
Mitch is
loop that
right.
I just find
Three of us
enjoyable.
have
You know,
still got
just
a
gun
decent
shooting
shot.
down, looting,
Without him,
selling the loot,
they've got
upgrading your
none.
character to level up your character. The more you use certain
Salt,
guns, the
we're
better
talking
it levels
goddamn
up. So
suicide.
like SMG, the more you use
They'll kill you.
SMGs, you'll be better with SMGs, or the more you use swords, you'll be better with swords. Which just adds just like it's good. It's just very very
Salt,
good. It just
General,
adds a
he's
lot of stuff and a lot of it adds a lot of flavor. And a lot of games sometimes just have like meh stuff, but like you can tell like they really worked hard and they made this stuff hard. And then that's not even counting the perks. There's so many perks, like you can sneak better, do better stuff. But like yeah, this game has this game is just this game is just amazing. So this is
Mitch,
goes to the outro now that I'm done talking about the gameplay. So
be
yeah, a
careful.
game that
Please.
takes choices matter, and like different dialogue options based on your stats, which are nice. I would say some choices feel
Moment of
like they
truth.
didn't matter at the end,
Here
especially
goes.
like for certain quests when you play them as different characters, but
Butter and
you
manual.
use different dialogue options and it still gives you the same outcome. It's kind of upsetting, but like it's understandable. It's not like they can do it. They do everything in 2 seconds, but
Don't worry.
it's it's one of like it's one of the only harsh penalties I can give in the
Hey,
game.
Em, everything all right?
Another harsh penalty I can give is that it's not clean of bugs as well. Like there's still some bugs. Like sometimes NPCs will be doing stupid shit, and it is kind of annoying. And sometimes the game will crash, but everything else is so much like it does not crash as much as before, and it's very very rare. Like I had like when PS4 would have like 50 to 100 crashes. PS5 I had maybe two or three, maybe
These are still
four.
below the basement.
So it was a much better experience. Also, big thing that this game also gives you that no other game gives you is the skip forward button, where you can just skip forward through dialogue you've already been through. So if you've already been through this, you can just skip forward, and they'll kind of fast forward the character, making them move faster, which is fucking awesome. I think more things should have that skip forward shit, especially for like once you've done it once and you're in a mission that you're like, oh, I don't want. Let's just get this over with. When you're in that mode, this helps out so fucking much. Yeah, but that's about it. I've been rambling for about like 15 minutes now about the game, and I hope I got everything I wanted to say. And I think this has been good. This has been good.
Then,
Point to cut off.
isn't this place
I'm gonna try and
positively
shorten it down so it's
saturated
not
with
like a
radiation?
20-minute video. Um,
Great.
but yeah, this was awesome. Oh, but I do want to do a little channel outro just to speak about stuff because I haven't posted in like a little bit of a month. And I just want to explain what happened because I have been through some shit, you know. Little channel update for those people who are actually interested. The three people, which are all me in the wig.
He's having another seizure. V, Are you okay?
Okay, yeah. So as you remember, if you remember in the earlier in the video, I said I got a PS5. So my PS4 is gone. It killed itself. All my data on it was
If we
sadly
look
gone as
around,
well.
we'll find
So
out.
I see something there.
The
it
guards
took
need
me
our
a
attention
while to
first.
find out what I want to do, but I saved enough to get a PS5, and now I got a PS5 now. And now this is gonna be the first video I upload with the PS5 video,
V,
PS5
take point of the
graphics. So
sentries.
hopefully it looks better.
Cyberpunk
At least
takes
I
care.
hope so. Um,
Don't like this. Not one
I'm
bit.
very happy I got the PS5. I'm also gonna do more.
Sure sounds
I
it.
can do newer games
We'll be
now, so
hitting
See,
that's
everything is
also a
a
big
numbers
plus.
game.
If you have
The
any
line between
games
patting
you
you on the back
recommend
as their
on the
friend
PS5,
and
you
planting knifing you as
want me
their
to review,
enemy
please
is down to
leave
a
them down in the
guessing.
comments below. I'm always
I
down
know.
to
Right
get
there with you,
recommendations because I never know what to review.
But still,
I just pick whatever I want,
honest or
and
crooked,
and it's usually just games I enjoy. I gotta start
A
reviewing
little
bad games. Like
unwinding will do you
I'm gonna
good.
make myself play
Do me good too,
Suicide
Annie. Going?
Squad and Dragon Age Veilguard just to see if
Yeah,
they're really that
you,
bad as
a
people say.
deck
But
chair, and a mai
I'll give
tai
the
with a
game
cocktail
we'll
umbrella.
give it a try. You know,
no,
I want to play
none of
bad
the
games
deck
too. I don't want
chairs
to just
need
play good
mulling
games.
over.
I gotta play bad games too, just so I can get the full. You know, is this game really shit? You know, maybe I'll have some shit opinions too. um, but yeah, thanks so much for watching. And if you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button. Always is a plus for my day. All right, peace.